The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter was made possible by a contribution from Board and Dice.
Teotihuacan, or Teotihuacan, or however you actually pronounce it, City of Gods, is a game from Board and Dice. Now, this is a game that has dice in it, so you know I probably really like it. But those dice are going to be representing our workers. As we go around the board, we're going to be collecting resources. We're going to use those resources in order to help build the pyramid. We're going to be building houses on the Avenue of the Dead. We're going to be going up different god tracks and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give you a high-level overview on how the game is played. Then we're going to peek in on Dad and his friends as we play around on it. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what we think. And then I'm also going to cover the first expansion, that is the late pre-classic period. That is an expansion that has 5 different modules in it. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to explain what each of those modules does and let you know if it's something that you should add to your collection. So check it out. Now, the configuration of the board that you see right now is for the game right out of the box if this was one of your first games, and it's also set up for 4 players. So the configuration of like the pyramid and the number of tiles will change based on player count. Essentially what you're going to be doing is traveling around the board in a clockwise order, and you're going to be using your workers represented by dice, and the value of the worker, or the strength, is represented by the number of pips. This is going to come into play when you want to do certain actions. So let's talk about what each of the areas on the board do. So down here, you're going to be able to get decorations, and decorations are basically the steps of the pyramid. You can see here. It's important to note that there's a little arrow on the bottom of these, and that's because you have to have that arrow facing inward toward the pyramid. So when you place these, you have to make sure that you have your arrow lined up correctly. The next space over here is where you are going to be getting buildings from the Avenue of the Dead over here, and you are going to be placing those on one of 3 rows. Those are going to give you various victory points. And the row that you go on is going to be determined by the number of dice that you have in that location. Up here, we're going to be able to collect gold. Here, we are going to be able to worship and get benefits. Over here, we are going to get stone. Here, we're going to be able to get technology. Here, we're going to be able to get wood. And here, we are going to be able to build tiles into the pyramid. Now, certain actions that you do are going to allow you to move up on the various tracks. So as you see here, we have 3 temple tracks. We have the blue, red, and green. The blue track is mainly going to give you resources. The red track will mainly give you victory points. And the green track will mainly give you cocoa, which is your currency in the game. Essentially, you're going to need cocoa in order to pay for certain actions, or you're going to be able to also collect cocoa. You also need to have cocoa at the end of the eclipse so that you essentially feed your people. When you get to certain spots on those tracks, you're going to be able to claim these tiles, and sometimes there is a cost associated with those tiles. Here we have the pyramid track, and for each of the tiles that you build in the pyramid, you are going to be able to advance your marker 1 space. You're going to get bonus points if you are the player who is furthest on the track, and you're also going to get points based on where you are on that track at the end of the eclipse. Kind of the same way over here with the Avenue of the Dead. You're going to be able to advance on that track. When you get to certain places, you're going to be able to collect tiles, and at the end of the eclipse, when you do the scoring, you're going to get points based on how far up you are. After you're comfortable enough playing the game with the configuration on the board the way it comes, it also comes with 6 tiles that basically represent the other areas that we have on the board. Now, the ones that are not represented by these tiles is number 8, where we build the pyramid, and number 1, where we do the worshiping and have the locks there. These tiles are essentially the same as what is printed on the board. Essentially what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle these up and you're going to place those on the board to give you a variable setup. Now the technology board it actually, you'll notice that there's a difference. This one is blank, whereas the one that's printed on the board already has basically technologies there. We have a bunch of tiles, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw 6 of these randomly, and then whenever we place this board, then we're going to be placing those on that board so that we have another bit of random setup. Whenever you take an action, so let's say I move this blue die here, and I wish to take this action, you have to increase the pip value. Now you get to decide which die you want to increase, but if you ever go from a 5 to a 6, you do what's called ascension, and essentially you're going to flip this die to a 1. You're going to place it over here on the number 1 spot, and then you get to take one of the ascension bonuses. And there's several of them. Some give you 5 cocoa, others allow you to move up on the track. And you'll notice that we have die here. You're gonna be able to get 2 cocoa and place one of your die on the number 1 spot there with a level 3. You can also get extra victory points or pay cocoa to move up on several tracks. Now, I realize that's a very high-level overview on how the game is played. There's a lot of things that are really going on here. So I think what would be better is to actually have you peek in on Dad and his friends as we play around, and you'll see the game in action. And I think that'll give you a good idea of kind of how the game flows, how you're moving and working your dice, that sort of thing. So let's check it out. We are starting the 3rd and final round. Chris, you are first player.
I am. So I'm going to take
Chris is red.
Pyramid. I'm going to move over and lock in the prayer spots. Thank you. And I will spend the cacao to do both actions. And that's 2 resources of my choice, which I will take 2 pieces of wood. Thank you. And then I will move up on the green temple track. Thank you. And Jeff, you can go ahead and go.
Alrighty then.
Jeff is blue.
There you go. I'm going to go ahead and spin the cacao to do that action as well.
Alright. I'm going to take
Move up on the blue.
I'm going to take my number 1 there.
Yeah, move me up in the blue.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm going to take that 1 and I'm going to move it over here. I will lock him. Spend my 2 cacao of lumber, and then I'll take both actions. Get the mask, and I go up on the track.
Nice, and you're going to get 2 resources of your
I'll
choice.
take a cup of lumber.
So,
All right, to me, I am black. I will move that black 2 over to here, and I am just going to take 2 cacao. And then James is yellow.
I take this yellow 5, come over here. I have to spend 2 cacao because there's 2 colors here already. Then I'm going to do a level 1 pyramid build. I think I'm going to be doing this one. If I could try to align.
Now, you don't have to just do a level 1. You can do any level.
Oh,
You're just
You
building
can
on
only
top.
build one tile.
I'm doing a level 2 build, I
There you
believe,
go.
here. Said that incorrectly, and I'm trying to align. Of course, I could align to that one too, correct?
Yep.
So, but that just. There, it'll give me a couple points that way. All right, so I'm going to do a level 2. So it's going to cost me 2 stones. I'm going to break this. That was actually one of my... So I have 5 total. So then I'm going to spend 2 and 1 wood. And I'm going to place this, I believe, like that. Does that look correct?
Yes.
So, because I placed a level 2, I'm going to get 3 points for placing that, and I matched
Just
2
go up on the
symbols, so I'll
track.
get 5 points, plus I'll go up 1 on the blue track.
Correct.
So I get 5
4
points,
4 victory.
and then I go up 1 on the blue track, get 4 more,
victory.
and then this guy levels up to a 6,
Transcend.
He will
with
send.
transcend, and he
we'll
goes over
send. We'll
here.
move that up 1.
And now I get to choose something on this wheel over here, and you know what?
It's the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I have to take that.
Another 15.
Yeah. That's end game right here? End game? Alright. And that's my turn.
And
Yep.
at the end of your turn, we move it up.
Yep.
Okie doke.
All right.
He's the only one that's
I'm going to refill
not
this over
locked.
here too, by the way.
I'm going to take income for this one over at the temple track. So I'll take 3.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
I'm going to take that number 4, move it 1. That guy right there. We'll spend 3 gold. Get 2 back. And take that blue guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh, this one right
that
there?
guy. Yep,
I'm sorry.
Yep. And place him right there.
So
So it sends me up.
you're going to get
4
4 points for
victory.
that.
2, 3, 4. Yep.
And then you get 3 for placing it too, correct?
Yes. 2, 3.
And then this becomes a 5.
Correct.
Plus any of the matches that you made.
Just
Which
the
we just
one.
we just
You
did.
the one.
Okay.
We just did the
Okay.
one. And
Oh, I didn't
vic-
take the victory though. For
point.
it. Yeah.
That's what I was looking for.
All right, I'm going to refill there. Take that 2 down to the quarry there, and I will get 2 stone. And that 2 will become a 3, please.
we'll take this die, go 1, 2, 3 over to here. Cash this one in for 5.
Okay, if we play any other games today, James is changing seats. How many games in a
Sorry.
row is that?
I know.
Skilled it.
I will spend the 2 wood to build on the Avenue of the Dead, which unfortunately is just going to get me 1 point, but I go up 1 on that track, and he levels up to a 5.
Point there.
And then a point, and then
Round
we are on
marker.
to the next round.
Yarn.
I'll take the 2. Wait, no, I gotta change my action now. Hold on. Because you filled up the last spot in the single die row.
Correct.
So for
Do you-
those watching
do you still
at
go
home,
up?
no.
Okay.
For those watching at home, because James filled in the last spot in the single die row, if I come here with a single die, I can't actually place a house on this row. I would need 2 dice here in order to add a house.
I think they call
Thank
it
you,
the
James.
House of the
Oh, you're
Dead
welcome.
because you have to.
What are friends
Because you
for?
always
Yeah.
put die there.
So I'll take that 2, and I'll move them around here, and I will bump Hefe out for a cacao,
What a nice guy.
and I will just take the blue action.
All right.
And I will take 2 wood for that. I'm done.
All right. Hefe will take his 1, and he'll move here. He'll pass, get another cacao. But he'll spin that cacao to take the mask and go up on the green track.
So you are
And
blue.
you spend a wood too.
And a wood. So wood. Yeah, and a wood.
All right, and because you go up 1 on the green track, you get another cacao for that.
Another cacao.
Yeah, +1 cacao for you.
Right.
Oops.
Alrighty, I am going to go over to here. I will get 2 wood because of my
Yes,
tech,
you can.
and I will bump that to a 4.
It's a free cacao to you and me.
Is that like for
Actually,
taxes?
what it means is you do not have to pay cacao for
At
a
all?
transaction. You choose a transaction. And that transaction can be your payment of your workers.
Nice. Well, unfortunately, I need to gain some food here. So we're gonna take this 1, 2, 3 over here to you, and I will gain 3 cacao.
Only 2.
2.
Three.
2.
Because you're locked.
There's
Oh, that's locked. That's
Yeah,
right.
you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
2, and then that's the next round.
All right, I'm going to just unlock all my dice. Thank you.
I'm going to take that 5. I'm moving over here, locking. I'm going to pay a cacao and a wood. And I'm going to take this guy and move me up on the track.
Nice. Good play.
For victory.
Alrighty. Well, let's go 1, 2, 3, and I will take 3 cacao.
And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and I will take 1, 2, 3, 4 cacao. And that's the end of that round.
Well, I'm going to go here and pay a cacao to knock Hefe out.
Pay out.
And I will spend the cacao to do both actions. So I go up on the green. And I take this.
So red,
Red.
you're gonna go up there and you get 3 more cacao, sir.
And that is the end of my turn. And here's a new bonus.
All right. I'll take my 1.
Yep, you have a 2 there as well.
Just blue.
Oh, 2.
I'll go here. 1, 2, 3. I'll take 4 cacao.
Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll go down here, and I will take 2 stone because of my technology. And that 2 becomes a 3.
I'm gonna go there. So I'll go here. I have to spend 1 cacao because that thing's already there. I will then spend 2 stone and a wood to build that one right here. I built a level 2, so I'm gonna get 3 points. I matched 2 symbols underneath this.
Another
1,
2.
2, so there'll be another 2. And then I'm going to go up 1 on the red track, which will get me another point.
Now, we'll say that this is the first game that we've
And then a level
played
2.
that we have not unlocked our extra
Move
dice.
to round marker.
All right, so I'm going to take that level 2, move it over here, and pray. And I'm not
Nice.
going to spend the extra. I'm just going to do the movement on the. What's the red track? Would that be 2 points?
2 points.
I'm going to move up on green.
3.
Thank you.
Well, if you time that one just right, that'll pay some dividends on it.
We're going to try.
All right, I'm going to take that 1 blue. I'm going to move him up 2. I'm going to pay 2 gold. Or 3, it looks like 3 gold.
Pay 1 cacao too.
And a cacao. And I'm going to take that blue one. And I'm going to place it right here. Which.
Nope, the other way. Arrow's got to face in.
Oh, it's going to be that way. Okay, it works either way.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's. Whoops.
So, anyway. Oh, wait. That allows me to, right? Move up the blue track.
Yes.
Okay.
So 6 points for blue.
Nice.
You're on fire.
Hey, just trying to keep from being lapped.
Alright. I'm going to come down here.
Oh, roll me to a 2 there.
I'm going to pay 1 cacao. Because I have 2 dice and my lowest is a 3. I would get 3 wood because of my tech.
You want to fill in the empty step there too, please.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to bump this
Thank
4 to a 5.
I'm gonna. We'll take this die here. 1, 2. We will then spend 2 wood to take this one right here and put it there. So I will get 4 points for that. I go up 1 on this track right here, so I'll get to choose one of these 2 tiles.
Correct.
And then finally, I'm going to level this guy up to a level 2. Once again, ascend him to a
Ascend.
6. Which resets him back to a 1, and he comes back here.
Do that.
And then I get one of these.
Yep. Go ahead and move that marker
Move
up,
the
Jeff.
Oh,
round
yep,
marker.
that's right, and it does push the game forward.
Yeah, I think you just put it out of reach.
Nope.
Nah.
You took the extra. die
And
this
I
time.
think I'm going to take the extra 5 points.
That's huge. That's huge.
And then let me choose one of these 2 here.
And that 15 at the end is going to really propel him. Now, if you
So if
can,
I have to pay the gold if I want to take that.
Yes, you do.
If I don't want any of these,
You can pass.
and there's no consolation prize.
Not
or is
on
there?
those.
Might as
There
well
are
take
on
something.
these, but
No.
not those.
All right.
even if you don't do it,
The mask
Smoke
is
'em if you got 'em.
one. I will pass.
All right, I'm gonna pay 3 to unlock my guys. My previous strategy no longer having enough time to.
that out. That
Yeah.
was unlocked as well.
So let's do some victory points. We will move that 3. It's gonna come over here. I'll spend a cacao and pray there. Spend a wood to get 4 victory points.
Did you spend your cacao to do your
I
turn?
did.
I didn't see that. Good for you.
Oh,
Look at that.
now that's there.
All right. I'm going to take that 2. And I'm going to come over here and lock him for 1 cacao. I don't want this guy. I just want the green track.
Well, then don't spend the. Oh, does it get to just choose one?
Well, I had to spend it. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, that's if you
can
didn't do both.
You can do one or both, and
That's right, I'm just
actually,
doing
I
the
forgot
one.
to spend the cacao and move me up on the blue.
Yeah, I'm just doing the 1.
So you get 2 resources.
Yeah.
So I'm moving up on here.
All right.
You get to pick one of these guys.
Yep.
Oh, perfect. Oh, shoot. Is that? Yeah. Tell me I don't have that one. Yeah, I can get that, but I still have
Nice.
to pay for it, right?
Yeah. Well, that's some big
So
points.
it's a cacao and a wood.
Well done.
All right, you good?
I'm good.
Look at all them masks.
Look at my masks.
All right, I'm going to go here. I'll spend a cacao. And I can build twice. And I'm going to build a level 2 and a level 3, which with my tech will cost me,
Oh.
let's see, let's go 3 stone and 3 wood. Normally it would cost me an extra stone, but because I get the discount. So I think I'm going to build, let's see, I think it was this one. Yeah. So this is going to give me 2 points plus a bump on the green track. So, hey, I'm on the green track. So I'll get a cacao
Oh,
back for
shoot.
that.
I forgot I built twice so far. I haven't put myself on there at least twice.
And then my second build, I will build here, which will give me another 2 points and bumps me on the green track.
Can't do that.
Oh, you're right. I got to build over here. Thanks. So I'm going to do this. That'll give me 2 points. So 4 points plus 3 is 7, plus another 5 is 12. And then this guy is going to ascend to a 6. He'll come over here, and I'll take
This
another
game-
5 points,
This game is
please.
so appropriate, so close to Easter.
You're back
For
to
the
zero.
ascension.
Congratulations, you're back to 0.
And there. Or no,
It's not running fast enough.
Did you move up for the ascension?
I did not.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Ooh.
Eep.
Yeah.
All right.
Getting
all right.
close there.
All right, we'll take this guy around. 1, 2, 3. I will spend the 1 cacao. So I will get 4 back there. And with 2 dice at a 1, I will get a whole wood. And then he'll become
You
a
just
level
couldn't
2.
get your die flipped fast enough, could you? That was, you're trying to get that.
Yep. And yeah, unfortunately, since round marker moves,
I forgot to grab my extra cacao for going up on
This
the
will
green
be the
track.
last turn. Get
So-
your cacao while you
Wait,
can.
Go up in green?
I went there.
Okay.
I got on the track.
You did? Nice.
that's 2 victory points.
Oh, fill these in.
That would be
This is also the most I think we've ever filled in the pyramid.
No, last Saturday.
I don't think we had it this filled though.
We had it all the way around. It was just like this corner that wasn't filled in. Do you still have a picture from last week? You should. You took a picture of it.
Well, I'm filming, so I can't really check.
We will check later. Film at 10.
I don't think we had that much.
I remember.
I don't think we had 2 level 3s. Did we? All right.
all right. Well, this 2 is going to go build pyramid, but unfortunately,
He's locked.
Hmm?
Oh, this
Red,
2.
red.
Red. 1, 2, 3.
yeah, unfortunately, the only thing that's open to build is a level 1.
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah, so 2, that's fine right there.
You just need to
So
get up
2
on the
plus
track.
1 is 3 victory points.
Well,
I pay a cacao.
So you'll get 3 plus 1, so 4.
All right, 4 victory points. Move up 1 on the track. Yep.
And so did
then
you, right?
I built 2.
You built 2. Glutton. All right, I'm done. And that 2 goes to a 3 then.
You truly are the tool man. You keep building. All right. I think with my last turn, I'll just make sure I've got some cacao to.
So you're done?
Yep.
All right. Okay. I will move over here. And I am only going to be able to build 1. So I will pay a cacao
To use that
for that.
That would have been a good one to
And-
use.
Oh, yeah. There's 2. There's 2 colors here right now. You have to pay 2 cacao to build.
Oh, you're right.
Yes,
You're right.
he does.
I do. Oops. Thank you, sir. It's only going to cost me 1 stone. And I think I will build this, which will give me 4 points total. And this becomes a 4. So you can move me 4 over there, please. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. This is it.
Sure, now I could build.
This is it. Let's see.
I feel like I'm whining today. That's
Ah.
not good.
Well, you've always been just off to the point where there's nothing to build on.
Yeah.
And then when you put down, it's setting somebody else up. You almost have to be able to set yourself up, do 2 at once.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the most lucrative is to come over here and try to get this 6 points. So I will just take one of these guys here, come over here and pray. I'm not going to spend the 1 because that doesn't really give me anything, does it? On a 5, 6, 8, and then I'll just bump up there and get 6
6.
points.
Yep.
That is it, and then
That is the game. We score.
So if the last player of the turn order triggers where the white marker meets up with the black marker, then you play 1 additional round. If somebody ascends in the middle of a turn order to make the white marker meet the black marker, then you would just finish the round. So we actually have 1 more turn left. Yeah, there's really truly nothing that I can do. So I'm not going to make that any more lucrative. So I'll take
Right.
this 2, move it here, and I'll just take the one gold plus my bonus for tech.
And resources aren't worth anything at the end of the game.
No, they're not. But I do have an abundance.
So if I took my 2, go to here, lock this, I could do this twice for 2 pips. For every
You can
thing,
do
I could
max
2
of
victory,
2.
so it'd be 6 victory.
Actually, no, it's 4. So you have 2 pips showing.
Mm-hmm.
So the max number of these that you can do is 2. Even though you have 3 markers there, you can only count 2 of them. 2 points times 2 markers is 4 points.
I thought it was 2 victory per.
Correct,
this.
with a maximum of 2 pips, so you can only count 2 of them.
Oh, if I had 3 pips, it would have been 3.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Do you have enough cacao to kick out your? Oh no, you never mind. If you kick us out, you can't.
I can't kick.
You
mine
can't
out.
get out and then go in here.
Nope, you can't kick yourself out.
Yeah, give me my 2. This is the last victory I can get here, and I'll just
So
get
4
4
points?
points. Yep.
Yeah, if you had 3 pips on it, you could score
then
6.
6. Gotcha.
You can go ahead and put that white marker on top of the black to show that we hit it last round.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna go 1,
Set collection there.
2. I'm gonna pay gold,
It's gonna be way too
and I am going to give Hefe 3 victory points. 1,
short. You
2,
the
3.
man. You the man.
I'm also going to give myself 3 victory points because I did a tech. So 3 more for black over there.
And you're gonna go up 1 on the blue.
And I do
Yes.
go up
Yep.
1 on the
Yes,
blue, and then
yes.
it becomes a 2.
All right, so you get a resource of your choice, sir.
Woohoo!
What would you like?
Hey, I think I'll take gold because it's shiny.
Yeah.
Shiny.
So I'm gonna go
Heavy man.
1, 2, 3. I will spend. This is what the Avenue of the Dead, right?
Yep.
Spend 2 wood to build another house here. Still at a 2. I will place it
You built
here.
quite the neighborhood, you know that?
I
3
know.
victory points.
Oh, whoops, that was locked.
Doesn't. It was a
It was
3. It was
yeah.
not a 4.
And then that's gonna give me 1, 2, 3, and then 1 of these will go up, and that would be it.
Oh, actually, that's yours. I don't know if that was a 4.
It was. I didn't have anything that was a 4 or more.
Okay.
All right, so that concludes the game. So now we move on to scoring.
All right. So the first thing we do is score the Avenue of the Dead. So we take the lowest point value that's uncovered on the row, which is 2, times the number of steps. So yellow has gone up 6 steps times 2, 12 points.
So that'll put me at a cool 100.
And then red is 4 points. Black is 4 points. And blue is 2 points. Then we score the pyramid tiles. So whoever has gone up furthest on the track gets 4 points, and it's a friendly tie. So yellow and black each get 4 points. Then we score, in the third round, we score 2 points per step. So red is going to get 2 points. No, hold on. Yes, that's right. Red gets 2 points, and black and yellow each get 4 points. Then we do set collection scoring. So Hefe is the only one that has any masks. He has 5 masks, and 5 masks is 10.
4, 5, 15.
15 points for blue.
All the way to 60.
60.
And then the last thing that we do is we feed our workers 1 cacao per die of a value 1, 2, or 3, and 2 cacao per die value 4 or
I
5.
think we score this too.
We.
Yeah, so it's going to cost me 4 cacao.
And for every cacao you are not
4
able
cacao.
to pay, you're going to lose 3 victory points.
So 3. Left with 1.
And so the last thing that we have are the bonus threshold tiles, which yellow and blue each got 15.
So you're up to 75.
And that's the end of the game.
So, in case you're wondering, James had a huge boost to give me my first loss in this game. Also, if you've been following, this is the 3rd game we've played today. How many games have you won, James?
Several.
Several, meaning 3. So, congratulations to James.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that gave you a good idea of how the game is played. Like I said, there is really a lot going on here. There's a lot of different strategies you can do, but essentially, like I said, I hope that that gave you an idea of how the game is played. So now that you've seen that, let's get to what I think. Now this game is going to intimidate a lot of people right up front just looking at the board itself, seeing all the different markers, seeing all the different tiles, and so forth. This is not a light game. It can be played fairly quickly. In fact, several games that I've played have been either right around that 1 hour mark or maybe even a little less, depending on the experience of the players that you have. But one of the things that I really love about this game, and I do love this game, is the replayability. I told you earlier about the different boards that will allow you to have a variable setup, but you never know what tiles are going to come out. You can see there's just a huge amount of these tokens that we're going to be placing out there. You don't know how the different decorations are going to come out. Essentially the tiles for the pyramid, how fast the pyramid's going to work, what strategy the players are going to employ, because there's a lot of different things that you can do, and I've tried several different types of strategies, and I've had moderate to good success at each one of those. So definitely a lot of things that you can check out. The components I think are awesome. I love these tiles. They have great artwork on them. Even though this is kind of basic, there are some that have the colors, and those are going to grant you bonuses and such. But I think those are really, really sharp, and they're very light, but they look like stone. So very cool, and there's tons of those. The dice themselves, they're just kind of regular dice. I think the first edition of the game actually had rounded dice, which you don't really need because you're not rolling these. But that's really neither here nor there. But just your standard D6s. These discs are nice. They're nice and little wooden ones. They are a little small, but they really need to be because of the tracks on the board. You don't really have a lot of room, and you can see this board gets very busy. The components for the resources I think are really good. You can see here is the gold and the wood. Just in general, the gameplay, I think once you have played your first couple rounds, the game should probably start to click with you. As you're moving your guys around the board, taking the actions. One of the things I didn't mention during the setup is each player is going to get 4 of these starting tiles, and you can see there is a bunch of those. So again, that plays to the replayability. But what you're going to do is you're going to pick 2 of these, and then you're going to get the bonuses that are associated with that. You'll also notice that there are the board numbers down here at the bottom. This is going to be where you're going to be allowed to place your starting 3 dice at. So in this case, I could put 1 on 4, 5, 3, or 8. So that is Teotihuacan, City of Gods. So that's the base game. So now let me talk about the different modules from the first expansion, the late pre-classic period. In this module, each player is going to be dealt 2 of these tiles. They're going to pick which one to keep, but essentially what they're going to do is they're going to give you essentially a bonus throughout the game. However, there usually comes with a price with that. So like this one, it says during each ascension, you get to choose 2 rewards that can be the same or different, but when receiving any temple advancement, you must pay 1 cocoa or 3 victory points. If you're unable or unwilling to pay that, then the temple advancement is forfeited. So there's usually a kind of a, you can do this, but you can't do that sort of thing. I'll go ahead and give you a close-up of what each of these look like, what they do. That's the one I showed you earlier. Pretty cool artwork on these. And there are also 6 of these tiles to use with Teobot. In this module, you're actually going to use a new Nobles board here. And you can see this actually has an orange temple track, and that's because we have this new sideboard. So essentially, we're going to have a new temple track to go on. Based on where you're at, you're going to be able to unlock these abilities, and you can see we've got little markers next to those. The game also does come with these neat little worshipers that you're going to use for the different tracks, so I think that looks pretty cool. In this module, we're going to be using this new sideboard here, but we're really only going to be using this section here. That's because we have 8 season tiles. You can see these here. So what we're going to do at the beginning of the game, we're going to shuffle these up, and we're going to pick one, and that will go on this spot on the board. And then when we change or have our different eclipses, we're going to replace that with another one. So we've got 8, we're only going to use 3 per game. Now, on the back of the rule book, it gives you an explanation of what each one of those tiles does. I like this one here. It says, no special season effect. Optional rule, you may return this tile to the game box before setup if you want to ensure that a season effect will be in play for each eclipse. In this module, we're actually going to use 2 boards. So this is the new decoration board, so to speak. You can see it's got the number 7 there. So it's going to go over that spot. And then we're going to also use this, and we're going to add the decoration tiles there. But you'll see that this is more like the other resource boards that we have, where depending on the die strength and how many dice that you have there is going to determine either you're getting a gold or you're going to be able to get a decoration tile. In this module, we're actually going to replace the current construction board that we have, or the spot here we have on our board, with this. And you can see that this is more in line with the resource spots in the board, where again, you're going to be looking at the die value that you have and the number of dice that you have in order to do certain actions on building the pyramid. So that's going to replace the number 8 board. And then we're going to use that sideboard again, and this is where we're going to have our face-up construction tiles. So that's an overview of the first expansion, the late pre-classic period. It does tell you that if this is your first time using this expansion, don't use all the modules at once. And I think that's wise. I think what you're going to want to do is kind of shake it up a little bit. Use 1 or 2 maybe at the most. I don't think you really want to go nuts, just unless you're really tired of the game and you need something really to kind of redefine it. But I like what all of the new modules add. Personally, I like just playing with 1 as opposed to more than that. I think that kind of gives it enough spice. But then again, I haven't played it probably as much as a lot of people, and maybe once I have played it enough that I'll want to include more of those modules in there. So I think this adds a lot of replayability to the game that already had a lot, because now you have these new tiles, you have these new things that basically alter the way the game is played. And like I said, I really like these little worshiper dudes. So do you need to get this expansion? If you're just starting out, probably not, but I think after you've played several games and you are looking to kind of shake it up a bit, I would definitely recommend getting this expansion. So that is Teotihuacan, the base game and the late pre-classic period. Again, 2 thumbs up from Dad for both of these, and we will catch you guys next time. If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.